Hey, you two. What's going on? My name is Jonathan, and today we're going to talk about the NBA is officially back. I am so excited, and we're also going to talk about uh, should Aaron Rodgers consider leaving the Packers next season? Is that really a possibility? I mean, think about it. Tom Brady, uh, went for another season, thought he could try to get into the Super Bowl, and they got bounced out of the first round by the Tennessee Titans. But I don't blame Tom Brady. I just think they wanted to move on, and the Patriots wanted to see what they got with their backup, and now they got Cam Newton. So let's see what Cam Newton can do. But it's just that he didn't have enough receivers to really throw to. I mean, Julian Edelman was and Sanu, I think, was the only options he really had. He didn't really have no other. He had hardly no tight end. I mean, he had a tight end, but he was way past his prime. But I don't blame Brady a bit. And I think in Tampa, I think it's a better offensive line. I mean, you got Mike Evans, you got Godwin, you got Gronk coming every time, and don't forget about Gronkowski. I mean, I know he was injured last time, he wasn't the same, but I think with a year off, took a season with a refresh Gronkowski, they're going to be unreal. I mean, I'm telling you, I think Gronk is got some game left. I'm telling you. But yeah, anyway, about the NBA, I'm very excited. All teams have started practicing this week. Of course, Lakers, of course. The Clippers, the Bucks, the Celtics, the Pelicans, the Thunder, all of them. I mean, and the Raptors, Sixers. I mean, and I think they've done a really good job of in this bubble thing. So the date is July 30th is when regular season games would start. So like 8 games of regular season of makeup games, and then excuse me, and then they would go right to the playoffs. And for the 8 seed, so the 8 games is based on how many wins they have. And whoever gets the most wins for the 8 seed, like, the Pelicans, Spurs, Blazers, the Kings, the Grizzlies, and the Suns, and then you got the Wizards and the Magic, of course, down in the East. So in the West, it's going to be really interesting, but if I had to pick, it's going to be either the Pelicans, the Blazers, or the Grizzlies would be the best option. In my opinion, I think I want to see the Pelicans win it because with Zion Williamson being that next superstar, and I think he's got a lot of potential to be some. And they're comparing to Charles Barkley. I mean that kind of level. And if he can beat Charles Barkley, oh man, he's going to do really good things. But yeah, they got Lonzo Ball. They got Drew Holiday, which is a really underrated player. You got Brandon Ingram from the Lakers. I mean, yeah, Brandon Ingram's taking a big step, as a superstar, and he's compared to Kevin Durant. So, but yeah, I hope the Pelicans make it. And JJ Redick, he's on the team, and he's never missed a playoff in his career, and he wants to get in. So we'll see. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining. So, and then the Blazers, they got Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, Carmelo Anthony. They're getting their center back Nurkic and Zach Collins, so that could help them defensively. The Grizzlies, John Morant, of course, is a young, upcoming superstar. He's sort of like Westbrook, but he's a better jump shooter too than Westbrook. So yeah, John Morant's been amazing. So, and then the East, of course, you got the Magic and the Wizards, but Do I really want to see the Wizards in it? No, because they don't have Bradley Beal or John Wall, so they're not playing. So I would like to see the Orlando Magic in it. So they would have a better chance of getting in. So, but yeah, it's pretty exciting. Of course, my Lakers, they're ready to play, and Celtics are ready to play. I mean, Clippers are ready. The Bucks, the Raptors, the Houston Rockets, the Nuggets. I mean, all these teams are really excited, and players in the bubble, in public, have to wear masks, of course, and then like also in their rooms they can have video games. They have their own TV. I mean, it's kind of like their home for like 3 months. So, and social distance in the hotel rooms is they've done a really good job of what I've read and what I've seen online. Uh, the courts are really amazing. That's very impressive what they did with the setup, and but yeah, it's gonna be different for the NBA. I mean, they never experienced this stuff before with the pandemic and everything, but man, think about NASCAR's doing it. I mean, golf's doing it. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be no fans, but you know what? I'm just excited for sports. I mean, I'm just excited for at least for basketball to resume play. So yeah, I'm just excited. In the West, I got Lakers, the Clippers, of course, is the two top teams in the West. And then I got the Rockets, the Nuggets, the Thunder, uh, the Jazz, and then the Pelicans, Grizzlies, Spurs, Blazers, whoever gets in. See, me too. Let's resume sport. Absolutely. We gotta have sports, and we've been bored for like 3 or 4 months. I mean, of just really nothing. So we're all excited. I'm looking forward to it. And update on football. July 28th is when players and coaches and all teams can report to training camp. There's gonna be some rules about that, and it's gonna be the same, pretty much the same as NBA. Social distance in public, and I mean not when they're and when they're playing, I heard they're gonna wear some kind of mouth guard shield or something, is what I read online. So that seemed pretty cool. So, yeah. So we'll see how that really works. But yeah, NFL is gonna be different, and I heard. I mean, um, they are gonna have some fans. I mean, capacity of 50% capacity, so it's like 113. No, it's 13,000 fans. So yeah, absolutely. Sports, let's say sports will make us happy. Absolutely, and to me, we all like sports. I mean, even though it's going to be odd this year. I mean, for certain sports, but I'm just excited for it to come back. So that's just my opinion. Um, but yeah, moving on to another subject. The Green Bay Packers. I said this yesterday on my Instagram page last night. That is it possible that Aaron Rodgers could play on another team? Is that really possible? And to me, I say yes, because think about it, the Packers. They're the only team in the NFL that does not even have an owner. I mean, that doesn't have an owner, and you got a GM, and then you got a coach. I mean, it's like, I don't know, man. To me, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, you trade up for a quarterback, and to me that was really surprising to me. And why would you draft a quarterback in the first round? That makes no sense. It's like they hardly get Aaron Rodgers any help. I mean, you got Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones, but to me, he needs more. Like, he needs a better tight end. I mean, Jimmy Graham wasn't that great on the team. I mean, and he needs a second receiver. He needs more receivers. And because when I watched that game against the 49ers in the NFC Championship, the offensive line just could not, protect Aaron Rodgers. I mean, their separation was just terrible because, Devontae Adams is like the number one target that he usually throws to, but they were blocking him, trying to get open in the field. So on the football field, I mean, they kind of figure out like the Packers plays and yeah. So if they can at least get something, I mean, some kind of receiver, it could be Antonio Brown or Dez Bryant. I said Dez Bryant would be good too. That'd be a good fit. Or just get a wide receiver that can come in, get it, help this offense a little bit, take the pressure off, Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones all the time, and then Aaron Rodgers, he's got to get some help definitely. I mean, it's kind of like what Brady did, Yeah, I mean Brady said, hey, I want some receivers. I mean, but the Patriots were not overspenders, and that's what the Packers are. But the Patriots had more success. They've been to almost 9 Super Bowls. So Packers only been to 1 or 2 in the last decade. And I think the last time they won the Super Bowl was 2010. That was the last time they won the Super Bowl. It was against Pittsburgh Steelers, but since then, Packers just been terrible. I mean, like especially trying to close games. I mean, I just don't blame Aaron Rodgers a bit. I just do not. I just do not blame him. I mean, get him some receivers and see what you got. But some trade destinations I could see possibly fit. I mean, that makes sense. I say the Pittsburgh Steelers, maybe after this year, Big Ben says, okay, I'll play one more season. And if he plays well, and to me, Big Ben's a Hall of Famer. And people say, hey, Eli had a good career too, but Big Ben to me had a better career than Eli Manning because Big Ben's been in the playoffs multiple times and he's won 2 Super Bowls, of course. I mean, Eli's only been in the playoffs once or twice or 3 times. That's it. Big Ben's been to like 6 or 7 times or 8 times in the playoffs. And to me, Big Ben is going to have an outstanding season. He's been working out. I mean, he's building up his muscles and everything. I mean, when I saw those workout videos, it looked amazing what he's done already in the off season. So to me, he's going to have an unreal bounce back season, and he's got help. He's got a new tight end. You got Juju Smith-Schuster, of course. You got the wide receiver from Notre Dame, James Conner's been working. So, and you got that defense was a top 5 last year, and in the second half of the season. So that to me, that this team is really good with Big Ben. I mean, it is. But Big Ben says, I want to play one more season and then retire. Then I would say, okay, Aaron Rodgers would make a lot more sense. But you're gonna have to trade something, for Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know who you would trade. But if I had to try, I probably would trade, like, let's say James Conner, a first round pick and maybe 2 seconds. I do that, But to me, Pittsburgh would be amazing, and I really hard to believe Mike Tomlin would not coach Aaron Rodgers. I mean, if he's available, I think he would say, yeah, I'll take him. Yeah, we got him on your team. So that's one destination. Another destination is the Raiders. I mean, you got a new stadium in Las Vegas. It's got TVs all. I mean, it's got TVs all the way across the roof or something. And the Chargers have pretty much the similar. But with the Raiders, they're all about superstars. And do we think Derek Carr is the future quarterback? We don't know. But we have to see how he plays. But I tell you what, if Derek Carr underperforms this year and he's not the quarterback they expected, then I think Aaron Rodgers would make a lot of sense. And to me, they got some receivers. They're not bad. That's not. Yeah, they got that tight end and they got that receiver. They got Henry Rugg. I think Ruggs, or his name is. So yeah, that's some receivers. And then you got Josh Jacobs, a pretty good running back. So their defense not might be, but I just think Las Vegas would be a really good destination too. New stadium, Las Vegas is about superstars, casinos, and all that. It's a betting, it's a gambling city, but they're all about superstars, and I think that would make sense for Aaron Rodgers. Another team could be. To be honest with you, I don't know if it would happen, but I would say the New Orleans Saints would be a wild card because think about it, James Winston. I expect to get an opportunity, but that doesn't mean they're going to keep him. But man, if you think about it, put Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Drew Brees is probably gonna be his last season. In my opinion, Big Ben might play at least another season or two, but Drew Brees is already signed with NBC Sports. He's gonna be a commentator for NBC Sunday Night Football. So that's what I heard. So, he's already got his next career. But if Sean Payton was to say, "Hey, I want Aaron Rodgers," instead of James Winston, oh man, you put Aaron Rodgers, and that's in with Sean Payton as your coach, and he's an elite coach. You got Michael Thomas, you got Manuel Sanders, and then you got Kamara, and then Jared Cook. Woo, man, that offense would break records. I mean, it would be unbelievable. I'm telling you, if somehow they could convince Green Bay, say, "Hey, we'll give you anything you want, but just not our like Kamara and Michael Thomas and all that." But if they get let's say 2 first-round picks and maybe a second, maybe I think the Packers would take that, and then they can develop Jordan Love they got from the draft. So, but yeah, that would be a wild card. Now, some unlikely destinations. I probably would say the Broncos. I'm not saying that's not possible, but they already kind of got their quarterback. They want to develop, Drew Lock and see what he's capable of being a starting quarterback. And then I heard the Dallas Cowboys, but I'm like, that would be a little odd fit. But I tell you what, if you put Aaron Rodgers with Zeke Elliott, Mari Cooper, I think it's CD Lamb, that new receiver from Alabama or Oklahoma. Oh man, and then you got Jarwin and Michael Gallup. Man, and then the offensive line's that's a pretty elite top 5 offensive line. But Mike McCarthy's there. They had some disconnection between Aaron Rodgers. There's some rift between Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy, when you were in Green Bay. But I tell you what, maybe they change. Say, hey, Jerry Jones might say, hey, maybe we don't know about Dak Prescott yet, which I think that's going to get his money. But we're just saying that could be an option if he's available. If he was still on the table on the trade, if there was a trade offer, I think that Dallas would listen to it. They would consider it. But to me, it's like, I think I definitely think it's gonna be either the Steelers, the Raiders, or the Saints would be. And then another destination. I'm trying to see. Oh, to be honest with you, about a week or so ago, ESPN was talking about this. How about the San Francisco 49ers? That would, to me, make a lot more sense. That would be interesting. That's an underdog team to watch because think about it. And about that, and the report about Tom Brady going to 49ers was actually true. Like I've heard about that. It was true. So I'm telling you, maybe if Garoppolo's not the answer, if he and to me, to be honest with you, it's not. It wasn't all Garoppolo that took the 49ers to the Super Bowl. It was all about that run game and that defense. It wasn't about Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, think about it. In the fourth quarter, I mean, he easily could have closed that game. I mean, they easily could have won, but they let Kansas City come all the way back, and once Kansas City got their offense in rhythm, oh man, I said, nope, it was over. I was like, oh man, you can forget this. Kansas City's gonna win, yeah. And it was amazing. It was a great comeback, yeah. And I think Garoppolo was part of it, the blame a little bit. I thought it was. I'm telling you, if Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback, and a lot of people were saying this, the 49ers would probably be the champions. I mean, they would definitely be the favorites to win the championship. I'm telling you. Aaron Rodgers is a better thrower. He would have better offensive pieces. They just upgraded left tackle. I mean, the 49ers. I mean, think about that offense would be someone Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I'm just telling you, that's another underdog team that could make a move for Aaron Rodgers if he's if he would say I want out of Green Bay or something like he wants out, then yes. So the 49ers is a team to watch. The most unlikely scenario, I mean, I gotta throw out a team, but I would say the New York Giants. Not gonna happen. Nope. Nope, not the New York Giants because we're developed Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. That's our duo. We're not gonna bring a veteran in. Even though I think it'd be great. I mean, I think it'd be fun to watch, but to me, I just don't think Aaron Rodgers would consider the Giants because he knows the Giants is a rival with the Packers. So to me, I don't think that's really a good fit. So there's a lot of teams, but if I had it, if I had to pick a team out of those three, the Steelers, the Raiders, the Steelers, the Raiders, and the Saints, I'm gonna probably have to say, I'll say the Raiders, or the Steelers would be my two choices. The Saints are just a wild card. I'm not saying it would happen, but they would be in the consideration if if they're looking for another quarterback, for the next quarterback for the Saints. But yeah, Pittsburgh I think would be the best fit because Mike Tomlin's a great coach. They got a really good owner. They got a good culture there. I mean, there's no much drama in Pittsburgh. There's not. And with the terrible towels and everything, was just one of my favorite to watch when they go woo. So yeah, it's just cool. It's cool in the stadium, and I think Pittsburgh fans would be really excited for Aaron Rodgers to come there. But we'll see. We will see. Another. And there's an update on Dak Prescott. I found out from a report or a source close to the situation that I read this morning. It's an article. Sports Illustrated reported this. Dallas Morning News reported it, and of course, ESPN confirmed that it was true, and also the NFL Network said, yeah, it actually is. It's real news. It's not fake. They're saying that before Wednesday's the deadline for that long-term extension for him. It's between a 4-year and a 5-year deal. A 4-year deal is like where he can have an opt-out year if he comes a free agent or something, and he can't be traded. Now, if he does a 5-year, the 5-year deal would be around, I'm gonna have to guess 180, 190, something around there, 200. I mean, that's just that because of the franchise tag goes by the value of the contract. Now the 4-year deal is like Russell Wilson money, like 140, like 140, 135, 140, 140 million dollars in guaranteed money. But so it's around, that'd be around 35 and a half, 36 million. So, but Dak wants at least, I think it's 40, about 40 million. He wants an extra 5 million in his contract. And to me, Cowboys, and according to the source, the Cowboys said no. You know, we're not going to go over the luxury tax. We'll give you 36, 37, but that you know, we're not going to give you any more. I mean that, or you just take the 5-year deal, like what kind of what Mahomes did, you know, in Kansas City. You know, he's got a long extension, but it's something similar. The concert multi-year extension. But to me, if I had a, but what it sounds like, what I read is that it's unlikely that he's gonna sign a long-term extension by Wednesday's deadline. So he's gonna, sounds like he's gonna roll with the franchise tag for 1 year. And if he can get to an NFC Championship or a Super Bowl, then I think his value would go up more. Like his contract value would be more for the market next year. So to me, I would play the franchise tag. I mean, I would, and just for 1 year. Or I would just say, hey, if they're giving you a long-term extension to be your the franchise quarterback, then I say, you know, I say take it. You know, I would take the 5-year deal. I mean, I would take the 5-year deal. That's not bad. I mean, you're still gonna get a lot of money. I mean, you still are. But he, according to the source, what I read, that they're not close. But that doesn't mean that they could get something done by one phone call, is what the report said. By one phone call. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I mean, it should have been done in January, in March. It should have been done a long time ago. It really should have been done, but they're, because Cowboys, they don't want to go with the luxury tax, and that's why they're trying to give them a certain offer. And, you know, that's it. They don't want to pay taxes on their, you know, the salary cap. Yeah, they don't want to do that. So, but we'll see. But in my opinion, it sounds like that he's going to roll with the franchise tag, or he's just going to take the 5-year deal. That's just my opinion. But we'll see. I mean, but if I had to bet, it would be probably the franchise tag. It would be, and then the second option would be the 5-year deal. So, but if I had, in my opinion, I think you just roll the franchise tag. I mean, just roll with it. I mean, you're still gonna get paid. You know, you're still gonna be with the team. I mean, you're not gonna get Zeke Elliott. I mean, Zeke Elliott got the money, but he got it right before the deadline, though. But Dak Prescott's is a different situation. Quarterbacks are worth more than running backs, because running backs' values don't last. Because usually running backs last 6 to 8 seasons, and usually they kind of fade out, and they just kind of be backups, and it happens. The quarterbacks can last, you know, a long time. I mean, they can last a long time. So, but we'll see. But that's just that was the update I heard this morning about that Dak Prescott situation. That is not close yet to a long-term extension. So, trying to see if I. Let me see if I got any. Hold on a second. Oh, and Victor Oladipo from the Indiana Pacers. This is going to the NBA season in Orlando. He about a week or two ago, he said, I'm not playing because you don't think that this team has a chance, or he just don't want to. He didn't feel like he was ready, but I think he's traveled with the team. He's actually practicing with his teammates, and to me, he's like, this bubble thing actually could work, and according to the Athletic, uh, James Carnia, or yeah, Shams from Athletic reported that he's considering playing uh, in the NBA season resume play. So, and to me, it makes a lot of sense because Pacers don't really have a leader. I mean, Miles Turner, of course, the center. I mean, he's not really a lead. He's not a scorer, but he's just a defensive player that can, and he could score if he wanted to. But Victor Oladipo, I think, that could be a really good advantage for the Pacers, I think. And that team will be fun to watch. I'm telling you, it's still a good team. So we'll see. But yeah, that's the report earlier today that he's considering playing. He's going to play. So we'll see. We will see. We will see. Oh, and an update on the Giants. Leonard Williams, the defensive lineman, said that it's unlikely he's going to get a long-term extension. So he's going to sign one. Yeah, according to Ian Rappaport, it says the Giants and defensive end Leonard Williams are on the same page as Wednesday's deadline for franchise players to get deals loomed, like Prescott, and Derrick Henry and all that are on franchises now, the franchise tag now that signed it. And if they don't get a long-term set, they just roll with the franchise tag for 1 year. The plan is to play out the 1 year tag. Sources say the hope is Williams excels in the new system and becomes a big part of the team's future. So that's according to Ian Rappaport. To me, it's like, I mean, I'm not saying he can't play, but I mean, we gave up a lot to get Leonard Williams, though. But to me, he's not a bad player. He's not. He's not a bad player. But we still need a pass rusher. That's the thing. I mean, Javon Clowney is still available, but it seems like the Giants are not interested, is what I've heard. And Javon Clowney's free agency market is not as active as now as it was at the beginning. But do I think Javon Clowney will get on team? Yes, he will definitely get on team. But he's just gonna have to wait for a contract to say, hey, we'll give you this contract. A team will, and yeah, so we'll see. And I'm not saying that Javon Clowney will get on team, but I think it's a certain price he wants. He just wants to play. So, but if I had to bet for Javon Clowney, it's going to be either the Tennessee Titans, the Las Vegas Raiders, or the New Orleans Saints. But I would say the Tennessee Titans would make a lot more sense, because they need a pass rusher. So, but with the Giants, I'm excited. Dallas is going to be really good. Dallas, of course, is going to win the division. The Eagles are going to be competitive. We'll see if Carson Wentz is really that quarterback. And then the Redskins they're just developing, they're rebuilding. So, but it's going to be Giants, Cowboys and the Eagles are going to be the top 3 teams to watch, in my opinion. Well, actually, no, and the Redskins officially announced today that they retired their name, so a new name will be done, or a new name will be announced before training camp, or before the regular, at least before training camp is what I've heard. It will be done. So, and the rumors I think I've heard that the Washington Generals, something like that. There's all kind of name, but I've heard the Washington Generals is the leading candidate. I think is what I read. Yeah. So but hey, it could be maybe it'll be the Indians. Who knows? We don't know. But the Washington Generals is what I've heard that they're considering. But yeah, the NFC East is going to be really competitive. It's going to be fun to watch, and it's going to be better this season. And this overall season is going to be amazing. I mean, this NFC is probably going to be the best in decades. The AFC, of course, is going to be really good, but the NFC is going to be some really fun, exciting, tough football. It's just going to be fun again. It is for the NFC. And the AFC is going to be really competitive too. And they are. So, but anyway, thank you all for listening, and I hope y'all enjoyed this live stream, and I will post more on the Instagram, and I also have a Twitter page too. So if you need some more news updates and stuff like that, or around the NBA, NFL, or any kind of sports, but I mainly just do NBA, the NBA and in the NFL. Let me know if y'all can't find the Twitter page, or you just put Star Technology Production and it should come up. And then my Instagram page, of course, follow that definitely. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time, and y'all have a good night, and I will be doing another live stream soon. So y'all have a good night.